Alabama's high school sports system could be getting a new layer. A vote tomorrow will decide if a 7th classification will be added, which, as Chris Womack reports, is a highly anticipated decision.
The Pleasant Grove Spartans football team is already gearing up for their 2014 season. Except they don't know who's on that schedule.
For me, I know if we were in the standard system that we've been in, we're going to be 4A. With taking the 7A, for us, is kind of a crapshoot, so we don't know what we're doing right now.
Nobody will know until tomorrow afternoon. The AHSAA is discussing reclassification, and that could mean adding a 7th class.
I think the disparity at the top probably warrants it at this point because they have such a big differential in that situation. Plus it gives, schools that generally don't have an opportunity to compete or go deep in playoffs, another opportunity.
Opportunity is tough in the Spartans' current world. They're in 5A, where the biggest school had 730 students in 2012. Pleasant Grove checked in with 459.
So at most we probably have 200 boys. And then schools that we play on a regular basis are almost 800 students. They have, let's be conservative and say 350 boys. 150 boys is a whole lot more for football.
Fairness of play is why the governing body could move the 32 biggest schools in the state into the proposed 7A class. That would include 10 from the mid-state belt. That would cause shuffling in the lower classes, with some teams like Pleasant Grove potentially dropping a class.
The bottom 20 schools in a classification, you can pick them out on your hand how many of them have gone to the playoffs.
Of course, Chris, as we said, the vote on this potential 7th class comes tomorrow. If it passes, teams possibly have to travel far to play these new opponents. What's the furthest distance round trip for teams in our area?
Well, looking at the numbers from the last reclassification, you could potentially see a region that has Tuscaloosa County and Gadsden City in it, and that, of course, is roughly a 5-hour round trip.
So that's pretty far. Mm-hmm. Of course, this could shake things up on the field as well.
Absolutely, and we want to bring Jim Dunaway into this conversation. So, Jim, what are your thoughts? Will this be good for the kids?
Well, when you look at this, I think it is. It's interesting.
And one thing that he brought up, the fairness of play. That's certainly something that they keep talking about with, and we talk about the travel distance. What are your thoughts? I guess it depends on which school you're with.
Well, I know going back to my playing days at Thompson, we were big 3A, and we dominated.
Right.
We became a very small 6A when they changed things up,
Sure.
And we got beat. So it's all about being equal playing partners. Hoover's so dominant. Prattville's been so dominant. So it's about the equal playing field. I think it's a great decision. You get like schools with like schools. We see that happen on the college ranks as well. In the NFL ranks, you've got whether it's 1 to 32, they're common opponents, common rosters. You try to do this in the high school level too. It's a great move by the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
All right, we appreciate your perspective, Jim. We'll see you in just a bit.
All right.
Still ahead.